Are doing well. So this is, as usual, the LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter Live, where I'm discussing a learning topic so that we all can learn together. So today I'm introducing a topic which is part of critical reflection, a model of critical reflection. And in some places it is known as 3Ws. So here it is, as you can see now in the adjacent screen. So the name of this critical reflection model is what, so what, now what. And it was, again, in my research identified as introduced by one American school teacher. The name is Terry Borton. So the model, as you can see, introduced in 1970, focus on three aspects: what, so what, and now what. This model is also being used by Rolf and other researchers, as you can see when you do the research on this model. So let me quickly go into a slight detail of this one, as you can see here. So the key aspect is when we explore this model is basically to reflect on what has happened on any situations, and you can use it in your regular work for designing reflection activities as part of learning, as part of the project, or whatever task which you are involved in. You can derive learning from each question, and we know that all provide broader insights as we review each other. So the first question, again, when we are applying this, keep the judgment away. Explore what, reporting what happened objectively without judgment or interpretation. Let us ask the people in the room the details of the facts and events, or it can be a service experience. So as you can see here, what was my goal? What did I do? What was I feeling? What went well? What went poorly? So when we explore this, as you can see, it helps to see the situation in a much more detail. So that is where we explore, as I mentioned, what happened. What did you observe? What issue is being addressed? What were the results of the project? What events or critical incidents occurred? What was of particular notice? How did you feel about that? So once we do that, maybe we can capture it in post-it notes so that we can then have the first part of the reflection model or critical reflection model, what. I hope this helps. Now, moving into the next aspect is so what. So in the case here, what was important based on the initial step? So what knowledge can inform me? So what did I learn about myself or about the project in that process? So what helps you to understand what did you learn? What difference the event or situation made? And again, as we can see, when we cluster it together, it is a beautiful learning which help to explore the situation. So again, we can create a lot of questions with that so what in order to understand the specific situation at hand. So we have seen what, we have seen so what. Next is the action part. What action I can take. So that comes to the next segment, that is now what. For example, we know all organizations want to improve, all individuals want to improve, and this is something which we can explore. We can uh, we can make it more clear as the next step in our action. So, couple of areas which I just want to bring in the now what. So, when we are going to act in our decision making, how will, for example, how will they think or act in the future as a result of the previous experience? Um, so what and now what? And we can see as participants in the process, consider broader implications of the service experience and apply the learning from what and so what and currently in the now what. So again, one thing which we have to be careful is to strike a balance between realistic, reachable goals and openness to spontaneity and change. So we have to understand what our situation is in this process, what resources are available. So I'm just exploring more questions at this point for your assistance. When you are taking that next action, what seems to be the root cause? Have we identified that? What kind of activities are currently taking place? So now what actions are based on that? What contributes to the success of projects like this? What hinders success? What learning occurred for you in this experience as a participant? How can you apply this learning? What would you like to learn more about as we move forward? What follow-up is needed to address any challenges or difficulties? What information can you share with your peers or community or volunteers who are involved in the project? If you were in charge of the project, what would you do to improve it? If you could do the project again, what would you do differently? So, exploring these three questions, very simple but very useful. What, so what, and now what? It helps the participant or the group which is reflecting on the processes, and it allows, as you know, that new action emerge from this situation. So as we can see now, what I can do to improve my knowledge, to improve my skills, what can I do differently? So I hope this simple model for critical reflective practice will be helpful for all of you. And thank you for joining and listening to me today. I hope you found this meaningful, and I hope to come back with other insightful thoughts and learning tomorrow. So see you. Stay safe and well, and thank you for joining. And in case you have any questions, any thoughts, please feel free to comment and share. Thanks, Saeed, for your comment, which you mentioned exactly. And take care, friends, and see you with yet another small, insightful video tomorrow. So that's it.